Hi, I'm Naomi Wood and welcome to the second ever episode of Indiecan. I'm at the Duke of York's Picture House in Brighton, and in this episode we go on location of a new rom-com feature film called In Transit. I interview the British Board of Film Classification and we find out about the swing gang in our new animation. We also review a new cinematic lens in our new equipment review feature. And we show you how to make your own follow focus for just 99p. Finally, as usual, we will end the episode with our new film of the month.
Shut up!
Let's try some roleplay.
We start with In Transit, where Karenza is on set trying to find out more about this sexy love triangle I've been hearing so much about.
Hi film fans, we're on location today in chilly Croydon for a new romantic comedy film, In Transit. So come with me, let's go take a peek. We're here today, as you've seen, on the set of the film In Transit, and we're here with the three leads of the said love triangle that the film is all about. So first of all, guys, can you just introduce yourselves for me?
Sure.
I'm Melisanthi Mahut and I'm playing Tina.
I'm Nick Shaw and I'm playing Mutt.
I'm Fiona Renee and I play Jessica, or Jess.
So Nick, you are the lucky chap, right bang smack in the centre of this love triangle.
It's
So how does it feel? How does it feel? So has this happened to you in real life?
It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. Yeah, sort of. When I was younger, terrible. I'm a lot better now, but no, I was going out with a girl, and then I started going out with a housemate, which was a little bit awkward.
Tell me one of your fantasies.
But what's about you, Fiona? You take on the act. You're more of the feisty one of the two, aren't you?
Sorry. Yeah. So Jess is a bit more forward, and her character is very open and blunt to what she feels is, say, morally okay with relationships and her sexuality, etc. I personally don't share the same beliefs. I might have at 16 or 17, but I'm married and very much okay with love. Whereas Jess is very much open to open relationships and etc. So yeah.
And we're on location obviously today. So how much of it have you filmed so far?
We've filmed just over half of it, I think, already. So it's good. Yeah, you're going really well. And we finish this in this location tomorrow, and then we're doing a few night shoots at a studio.
I'm here now with writer and director of In Transit. This is Marius Smuts. So first of all, the house we're in. First of all, the location. Can you tell me more about it?
Okay. Well, basically, it's my sister's house, and she agreed for us to use it for the duration of the shoot. And I think initially she was really happy about us using it, but after a week or so of having random strangers in her house, she's not that appreciative. But she's kind of supportive with it, so it's cool.
To be tied up and spanked.
I don't want to know that.
Less porno?
Good thing I don't know that.
I mean, how do I like, you told me I'm a predator.
Yeah. Yeah, you are pretty. Yeah, I mean, just go for it. Yeah. It's just, I'm not used to shooting shit like that, but it's okay. Let's just do it.
I'm also not used to shooting shit like that, thank you.
Okay. I know.
And the actress we had just sitting down there, she had tears coming out, very, very convincing tears. What trick did you use? How did she have the tears constantly there for take after take?
Well, she's a really, really good actress, and but she was using Vicks, like a
chest rub.
Yeah, chest rub basically to get the tears flowing. But it got a good reaction from her, and she was very believable, so got the job done.
Also, you've got a really fantastic animator, Shan, who is quite heavily involved in parts of the film. You've got the main character, he's a comic book artist.
Yes, absolutely.
So can you tell me how dealing with the animation side of it is as well? Because obviously that's not on location, that's a bit more computer-based.
While in the script, there's a lot of cartoon-based animation. It's about a guy who writes comic books and writes children's novels. So we approached a good friend of ours, Sean Horn, and he started I spoke to him about the characters, the type of styles we needed, and he's very inspired by a comic book artist called Jim Lee, who is very famous for his work on X-Men titles.
Right. We've also got some very impressive cameras on set today.
Yeah.
This is a massive camera, so tell me about this camera and why would you choose a camera of this sort, of this size, for, say, a really close-up scene like that?
Okay. Well, in pre-production we were planning either to use a Black Magic cam, which is a new camera that's coming on the market, but unfortunately it wasn't released in time. So we had two options. We either shoot on a 60D or we buy a 5D, but ultimately we wanted to push for good quality, so we hired a Red, which is 4K.
How exactly can our fans, our watchers of the show, find out about your film?
Okay, well, we've got a website and a Twitter. Our Twitter hashtag is InTransitUK, and our website is www.in-transit-the-movie.com.
Brilliant. Hopefully you've seen that on screen, so thank you so much for your time.
Cool.
And good luck with the film. We can't wait to see it.
Great, thanks a lot.
Look out for In Transit, which comes out towards the end of 2013. Now, have you ever wondered what a swing gang were? No, not that. Our new animation should clear it up for you.
The director just told me he wants the set blocked in 10 minutes. Get your ass in gear.
Yes, sir. Blocked?
Done?
Yeah, just one question.
Fire away.
What's blocking? You look like you could use a hand. Who are you? We're the Swing Gang. I don't know how to thank...
Swing gang.
How'd you know?
Last minute changes to a set. We're always in their debt. Look. They left their calling card.
I think that's your debit card.
Oh, so it is.
Wow, useful guys to have around. Now to introduce a regular feature of the show, Tom is looking at a new lens that's got people talking recently in our equipment review.
Hi, today we're going to have a look at the SLR Magic, which is a 12mm 1.6 wide lens. Now it's meant to have some of the characteristics of an old cinematic lens, so today we're going to have a closer look. Now one of the main features of this lens is it has a stepless aperture. Now this is a good thing for two reasons. The first thing is you can change the aperture while you're recording and it won't jump noticeably in exposure like you would get on a lens that's really for stills cameras. Another benefit is it's completely silent, which means that it won't affect your audio recording either. SLR Magic pride themselves on producing fast glass. Now this is a 1.6, which is pretty quick for a wide lens. Now having a fast lens helps you get better images in lower light, and it also allows you to throw the background of focus much easier, which gives you a modern cinematic look. Some other things I like about this lens are, because it has a circular leaf shutter, the out of focus areas are very nice. The light sources produce circles rather than hexagons or egg shapes. It's made entirely out of metal and it has a very reassuringly heavy feel. It also has a metal screw-in lens cap, which is very unusual but kind of cool at the same time. The SLR Magic really comes alive at night and it's very easy to create lens flare with, which while some people might find that an annoyance, I think it allows you to make some very interesting effects on your videos. Now this lens has a micro four thirds mount, which is used by the Panasonic GH2, which is a very popular indie film camera. Now before we show you some more creative shots using this lens, I thought I'd do a side-by-side comparison with a Panasonic kit lens, as that is your kind of standard look kit lens which a lot of people use for still photography as well. Now these shots haven't been colour graded, they haven't been colour balanced, they're straight out of the camera, so it will give you a good insight into the natural characteristics that these lenses have. Take a look. Interesting stuff. Now the SLR Magic 12mm retails for between £300 and £450. Now, so it varies quite a bit. I personally think this lens is great if you're a filmmaker who's going to be shooting a lot of music videos or fiction-based films. On the other hand, if you're going to be shooting a lot of documentaries and corporate stuff, then you might find some of its characteristics fairly unwanted and unsuitable. I'm going to leave you now with a short film that was shot entirely using this lens and a Panasonic GH2.
What a great little film, and very useful for all you filmmakers out there. Next, I interviewed the BBFC, and as they were so busy taking the best bits out of all of your favourite films, we conducted the interview via email, but we decided to take a little look at how it might have looked if we'd actually had the chance to do the interview in person. Enjoy.
Thank you for talking with us today. The BBFC is 100 years old, and obviously it must have evolved quite a lot over the years. So what changes have you seen in your time with the BBFC?
Well, the most recent and marked change within the BBFC is increased consultation with the public. Since 2000, the BBFC has devised classification guidelines based on wide-scale public consultation. Previously, the BBFC had no such published guidelines and was less transparent about its decision-making process. The BBFC's relationship with the film and home entertainment industry has also changed. We now survey our customers regularly to ensure we're meeting their needs.
Do you find that film companies are censoring their own films these days in the hopes of achieving a lower rating and therefore a larger potential audience?
Yes, The Hunger Games is a good example of this, as is The Woman in Black. In both cases, the companies were advised that their film was likely to receive a 15 rating, but their preferred 12A rating could be achieved by making a number of cuts and visual reductions. Both decided to apply cuts to achieve a 12A rating. An uncut 15 rating was available in both cases.
Are there currently any films banned in the UK?
The BBFC rarely bans theatrical film releases. The most recent reject was a DVD called The Bunny Game. The last film work to be refused a certificate was The Last House on the Left. The BBFC had no option but to refuse a certificate when the distributor of the film declined to make 3 cuts requested by the BBFC to sequences of sadistic and sexual violence.
Has your job affected what you allow your children to watch?
No, not at all.
How much does it cost to get your film classified by the BBFC?
BBFC is a non-profit company, and our fees are designed to cover our own costs. BBFC fees have not risen for 5 years, which in real terms is a year-on-year decrease against the rise in operating costs. Fees for video work are £6 per minute, with a fixed fee per work of £75, and fees for film work are £7 per minute, with a fixed fee per work of £100.
A lot of our audience are filmmakers themselves, so I'd like to ask you a few questions from a filmmaking perspective. How long does the process take, and how would an independent filmmaker go about doing this?
On average this quarter, the turnaround time has been 7 days for a DVD and around 5 days for film submissions. We also offer a pre-booking express BBFC, which is a fast-track service where customers can pre-book a viewing slot for a work and receive a category decision at an agreed time.
Is there an appeal process?
Yes, the BBFC offers a formal reconsideration procedure, which is open to any distributor dissatisfied with the classification of their work. The reconsideration is free of charge and will normally take less than 10 working days. A reconsideration request can be made up to 42 calendar days after receiving the BBFC's classification decision. After this period, the decision can only be revisited by making a fresh submission, with the normal fees applying.
Do all films require classification?
Not always. If a film is being shown in a festival or is being screened in only 1 or 2 cinemas, the filmmaker can gain permission from the local authority which grants the license to show films in local cinemas without a BBFC classification. But all videos do require BBFC classification under the Video Recording Act.
What an interesting man. Here's hoping we see even more of me in future episodes. Now, we've all tried DIY at home with mixed results, but never fear, Tug is here to hold your hand and show you how to make your own film equipment.
So as usual in this segment, the first thing we've got to do is to bring everything together. All you're going to need for this build is a Jubilee clip, also known as a pipe clamp, a long bolt. The longer the better, really. Gives you more adjustment, more flexibility. Tool-wise, all you're going to need is a nail, a hammer, some drill bits, and a drill. All you got to do is punch a hole in this and add in this. Pick a point, reasonable distance from the device, but not so close to this end that it's going to impede it if we have to tighten it up and put it on a smaller lens. The reason we need a nail is because we need to create a little guide hole for our drill bit to bite in. So we've punched a little hole in there, and that's going to give us somewhere for our drill bit to sit as it starts to bite into the metal. Pick a drill bit that is roughly the same size as the bolt you're going to be threading through. Okay, now the trick with drilling metal is to go slow, okay? Don't add too much pressure and don't go too quick. Let the drill bit do the work, because if you drill too quickly, you're going to end up actually hardening the metal. So there we go. I've just cut through our Jubilee clip with the drill. Now the idea is to thread this bolt through this hole. Because we're using this Jubilee clip directly on the lens, we want to create as shallow a profile as possible against this back end. So try and find a bolt with a very shallow head. All we have to do then is thread our long bolt through the hole and screw it into place. I like to add a few extra bolts to the tip end of the bolt, just because it gives yourself something to hold on to. All we got to do then is bend it back into place, use our screwdriver and close up the Jubilee clip. Now we have essentially finished our follow focus module. All that remains is to mount it to our focus ring on our camera. Now, what I have found is, especially with lenses with a solid plastic ridge, which are generally designed for use with professional follow focus pieces of kit, where it's a geared connection, to add a rubber band. Now, if you get yourself a nice chunky rubber band, what that does is it not only gives you a little bit of cushioning and protection for your thread, but it also gives a little extra grip. So, holding the follow focus in place, and then very gently, you only need enough grip to have purchase. Now, it's very important to be pretty careful when you're adding on your Jubilee clip to your camera lens. If you over tighten it, not only will you find yourself with quite a stiff turning mechanism, which completely eliminates the point of a follow focus, but you could also risk damaging your lens. So my tip is to go in quarter turns max once you've made contact with it, and just twist, test, twist, test, twist, test, until you've got enough tension in your Jubilee clip and your rubber band to enable you to smoothly move your lens back and forward without inhibiting the mechanism underneath. Now, one other tip that you can use is to use a snapped paper clip, or alternatively a permanent marker on the underside of the Jubilee clip, or marker pen on the top, to give yourself a little line of sight. And that's important if you're working as a focus puller on a shoot using DSLRs, then you can line up your focus points much more accurately than using the coil, and it doesn't also get in the way of your camera operator. So that is the purpose of the very, very low budget focus adapter. It's just one of those little things. It's very, very cheap and very, very easy to do, but it's one of those things, if you don't have that piece of kit in your bag, then make it.
That's amazing. Now, where did I put my drill? Well, we do have some bad news. The show is nearly over, but the good news is we still have our short film of the month to show you. Now, don't forget to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook, because we'll be giving away prizes in the coming months. We leave you with a short film by Palle Nodland called The Long Hard Road. It's a rom-com like you've never seen before, about a man's relationship with his sat-nav. This has been Indiecan, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Yeah, I'll be there in a bit. I'm just leaving now. I know this is important to you. We'll make it work. Come on, nobody wants to see that. I said nobody wants to see that. What? I wasn't ignoring you. No, I'm sure I can find your sister's place. I'm not a complete idiot.
In 325 yards, take the next right.
I thought you loved me, and then I find out you don't. Rude. I thought you cared, and now I find out you don't. Rude.
Turn right in 150 yards. Please watch the road. We're driving.
Damn it!
Turn right onto the long, hard road.
What?
You are a naughty, cheeky boy. How badly do you want it? Do you need a spanking? I think yes. Yes, harder, faster, faster, harder, harder.
Stop.
Don't slow down. Please be aware that using the phone whilst driving is against the law.
Hi, Mum. Yeah, I went to the dentist.
Dirty mouth.
No.
Oh.
No fillings.
Naughty.
That's no one.
Oh, bad boy.
Radio.
Bad boy.
It's just the radio.
Ooh.
Shut up!
Let's try some role playing.
Wait, no, Mum, not you.
You are a headmaster.
No, it's not a good time.
I am a naughty schoolgirl.
Well, stop looking at my Facebook.
Drive me to detention.
I'll call you later.
No.
Oh, shut up.
Don't down.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
God, road.
What?
Oh, you're an animal. Oh, you're a dog. Yes, bark, dog. Pat yourself. Lick the wheel. Get in the back seat. You're a dog. You're nearly there. Oh, reverse. Slowly. You have arrived at your destination.
Nice of you to come. You're sweaty. God's sake. Oh, your mother called again. Michael? Michael! Oh, for Christ's sake. Get the bus home.